Hi, I'm John Harris of Politico. Time once again to turn the tables, this time with Christiane Amanpour of ABC's This Week. Christiane, President Obama was out in Wisconsin, got a big crowd of students. Meanwhile, some polls show things are trending at least a little better for Democrats. What do you think? Is the Democratic base coming home, or are the Democrats telling us this, just grasping at straws in the wind?
Well, you know that President Obama, as you say, has been on the road. Vice President Biden basically, in general, told Democrats to stop whining and get on out there. And it looks like, whether it was in a reaction to that or whatever, that people have started to come out. Certainly, we're told there was something like 26,000 or more people, a lot of young people at the University of Wisconsin speech. And then, as you say, NBC came out with a poll showing the enthusiasm gap is somewhat closing. So obviously, people are trying to tap their base, tap their voters, and make sure that they don't stay home, because people say the difference on election day is in turnout. On the other hand, there are a lot of people who are saying it's not just going to be the turnout, it's going to be the issues, it's going to be the Democrats' issues in states, for instance, that are leaning Republican and where, you know, a lot of Democrats are having some troubles, particularly those who are trying to sort of run away from their close association with President Obama and his policies. So in this atmosphere where they need every vote they can get, they're obviously out, the president, his people, and everybody trying to drum up, as any party would be. And at the same time, a lot in the Republican Party saying that they favor their chances, they're looking good, and they hope to sweep either the House or Senate or both.
Christiane, I hear you're doing something a little different this week. The topic, Americans and Islam. Tell us about that.
You know, in light of what's been going on, which is a very heated now national debate, in fact, even an international debate over how Americans feel about Islam. It came up over the summer, as you know, with the whole controversy here in New York about the Islamic Cultural Center with a mosque that's planned for near ground zero. And that has really highlighted a very sort of precarious state of affairs here in the United States, where in general it looks like Americans are really struggling with how to balance the tolerance and religious freedoms that define this country in this era, which is a post 9/11 era of terror, where there are real threats and there are imagined threats. So we're going to try to really sort of try to shed some light on what has become a huge and very heated debate. We're getting the voices in who have really defined this, people who are passionate on both sides, and to try to see, can there be a difference in way Americans look at Muslims in general, that's the 1.5 billion Muslims around the world, including many million Muslims here in the United States, make a difference between them and that minority of Muslims who are committed to violence and the kind of threats that make people very afraid. So what we want to do is see whether we can get to some kind of resolution on that. It's not going to be easy. People have extremely heated views on this, but some things are very important. You know, the latest and the only survey done on Muslims in America was by the Pew Research, and that was done 3 years ago. And the research found that vast majority of Muslims in this country consider themselves assimilated, American in their values and outlooks and ideals, consider no clash between their Islamic faith and American values, and also they have a very sort of robust economic base. They're by and large in the professional class and doing quite well. On the other hand, polls have also shown that right now many Americans are conflicted. Some half Americans polled say they have an unfavorable view of Muslims, and about half say, well, Islam is a peaceful religion. And then another major issue is that more than half say they don't really know enough about Islam, and they really don't know a lot about the faith itself. So in this situation, we decided to take a look, and we're putting that on the air in a special program this Sunday morning in our This Week slot. And after that, we're going to have a live Facebook debate on it.
Okay, big topic for Sunday morning. We'll be watching that. Congratulations on something a little different on Sunday morning. Thanks, Christiane.
Thank you, John. Thanks very much. And I hope people will watch, because it's really a burning issue right now, fundamental issue in this country.